Hello and welcome. I'll be looking at the Euro Truck Simulator today. And if you're like me, I bought the game first separately and then I registered at Steam, and when I did, I got the updates with it, so now the game runs a bit more smoothly. So I recommend you do that, and the way you do it is, you go to games and activate the product on Steam and just enter your code and it will hopefully find it. I'll be going over some basic things, and also there are some spoilers, but since I found the game when I first started a bit confusing, or a bit a bit scary to explore, because you lose money so fast, or at first you earn money so slowly. So I did to potentially show people what to do and what to expect, because I picked it up a long time ago. I skipped the login screen for you because it showed my email address there for the World of Trucks online profile. So this is how you will be greeted into the game. This is my truck. I bought the first truck for my company. I can't hire any drivers because I need a bigger garage. But basically what you'll start out with is the job market and quick jobs, and I'll go ahead and show you that they do get better as your traveling distance gets farther. I don't know where can I check my skills from here? Oh, yeah. So what I recommend you to do is upgrade 1 point into each of these, because you see there's an experience bonus just for the first rank. So drop a point there, drop a point here, you'll get just free experience for just stumbling over. This one has a rank 2 experience bonus as well, but rank 3 just gives you money. So just drop in these points first. This one is a nice upgrade when you have your own car, and I bought these additional upgrades. Flammables, because I wanted to transport some oil tankers or whatever, and this one just for fun because it's toxic, and I thought when I crash something, as I usually do, as I crash my car, I would spill out the toxic thing I'm carrying and see what happens to the world, and maybe, but that's just fooling around. When you have your own truck, it cost me about 55,000 per mission. You at first gain 3,000, 2,000 if you don't damage the load. There's still these beginner missions available, short distance. About this, do not be confused. You can sort things out with the filter. At first these won't matter to you. You can sort things out by car type, I guess. You can also just click a city, and it will show you handily all deliveries going out of this city. And this is a nice scroll bar. I really like this. So just check things out. All of these will be on the ferry. I'm not really a fan of those, so I tend to skip them. So there's a lot of options to sort things out. I usually use at first, route length, really short deliveries. You can see the delivery trip time and trip distance, most importantly. So if you happen to stumble onto, for example, what do I have? Around 800. Then I don't like channel. Oh well. Oh, I'm sorting still the Hanover. World, please. Yeah. So for example, this monster takes a long time, and you need to stop to rest and potentially to refuel. And then there's these modifiers on the cargo. The more modifiers you can find, like fragile and important and urgent at the same time, the more these skills will come into effect and give you a bit of more XP. XP is required because to purchase your first truck, I would recommend level 10 driver and 155 in your bank. 155,000. Now, and with these jobs, when you purchase your truck, they get decent reward. Now, as you level up, you'll unlock even better. I guess the price increases by length of the drive of the trip. I'm not really sure yet which is better, but let's just quickly jump into a job and find out. Oh, that was insta-load. So let's see. The more important stats are, oh, okay, I'll go over them later. Let's open the map. Where am I? In Zurich. Yeah. Well, I'll take this thing, I guess. Let's see. Oh, right. Yeah, I need to pick up the cargo. Well, when you're taking a quick job, it will just, drop you in the truck and you're ready to roll. But like when you're, free roaming in your own truck, you need to be very careful. Each time you're in a city, you can't see it from here, you need to pay attention to these things, mechanics, because your truck gets damaged really, really fast and it impacts your traveling speed. So, yeah, well, basically you stop in this thing, you press enter, you select this any container you like, take the job, then you need to hook it up. So let's do that. And it's not like GTA hooking up. You need to stop correctly and then the prompt will appear that you can use a button to hook it up. Yeah, like this. Then you hit the thing. Then you use by default it's on 1 to return to interior camera, real easy, and then center the camera. And see how the camera floats away right now. And I have no idea how to disable that. So every time I look around I need to mess around to to center my camera again. I really hate that. I asked on the forum and somebody said that in the settings here is the dead zone. of steering. No, not steering, looking around. And I'll go ahead and increase it to maximum. And what I want to go through on these options, I'm playing with a Xbox 3036 360 controller. I have transmission on simple automatic, and what I would advise you to turn off once you're ready, I would advise you to, where was this thing? Oh yeah, I think it's in gameplay. Turn off this one, and I think this one as well. I know. Yeah, this thing limits your truck speed to 40 miles per hour or 90 kilometers per hour. So you automatically won't be able to drive faster, but some trucks go faster. I've gone in this thing when driving without trailer up to 163 kilometers per hour. I don't know how much it is in miles. You can just where was it? You can just enable miles if you're into that. Yeah, miles, tons, or whatever you prefer. It's a very, very good game in terms of that. So let's just skip out of that. For pause, you use F1, and I'll just quickly pause your progress. Was I on green or on red? I can't remember. Yeah, so that speed limit is really terrible. And on this screen, I want to quickly end this video with the stats, how you read them. So for example, now I'm on a job, and I keep looking down on the bottom corner, bottom right to the map, because navigation in this game is really, I've found, when starting out, you have to get used to it. And also, when you press F1, you can press F3 from here to go to this trimmed version of the small computer. I prefer that after a time. Yeah, so let's go over these quick status things. This is your speed. Basically, it's the same dial as this thing. It varies by car from car, and this thing shows your cruise speed, the active cruise speed you have selected, like locked it at, or I don't know. I just accelerate to whatever speed I think it's good, release the throttle, or press cruise control at the same time as I release the throttle, and there you go. This thing shows your gear. I'm not worried about that because of the automatic. And this is the more important stat I've found. It shows an estimate of when you will arrive, but this stat shows how much further till your destination. And I was really frustrated at first, and I didn't know where it was until I noticed it, I don't know. So I decided to make a video just because I noticed this stat. There's also scattered around the map are these little things that will appear as question marks when you enter a city. So I advise you, before you drop off your first cargo, just take your time to drive around the city, and you need to just drive by them to discover these things. And this thing is a car dealer, represented by this icon. This thing is, I think, a bank. so I'm not worried about that. But you need to discover the car dealers and recruitment agencies on your own to be able to access them. Banks is accessible, just from this menu, just go to bank. But recruitment agencies, and truck dealers, you need to unlock yourself, discover on the map. So, 3 sets. Wait a minute. This is your mail, this is your sleep thingy, and if you press F6, it shows you how tired you are. If you have fatigue enabled, you can abandon the job. You can also, this stat is very important, if you take a rest or whatever reason you're stopping or something, you can track when is the delivery that time, for the on time, the delivery bonus for XP. This shows your fuel, so just pay attention to these 2 stats. When you get too tired, I don't know what happens. Haven't tested that out yet. So this shows your tons. Also quite important stat if you try to drift through corners. So if you have a really heavy load, it's very easy to fall down on the side of the truck, and then you need to use F7 to call for assistance, and it will take you to the closest city, and you could potentially lose your deadline for the delivery and get very little reward. And since it takes a really long time to basically quote unquote play this game, because this is simulator, it gets quite frustrating. So that's how I do corners, without looking. Because adjusting the camera is a real pain for me. I don't know, without the dead zone, let's see. Oh, I guess it's better with the dead zone turned off completely. But then I think I need to increase the looking sensitivity. So I always I hotkeyed my interior map to D-pad down, so I can return quickly to cabin every time I look around, still floating. See, I'm not touching the what's it called, the camera controls, but the camera is floating away slowly on its own. That's the real frustration I have with this game. That and the speed limit was truck speed limit was the second one, but it turns out you can just disable that. So the last thing I want to mention is get used to this driving if you love this game, or get ready to hate the driving like this if you don't like the game, because this is the thing you will be doing like 99% of the time in this game. I call it tube navigation, because see, on one side you have this railing, on the other side you have traffic, and then your job is to navigate this narrow thingy. I might seem like really good driver now, but when I started out I crashed into one side, I crashed into the other, and I didn't have the feel for the cargo length and handling ability. But now I may seem like a pro but it really took some grinding, and right now I'm really annoyed by this slow moving traffic. Yeah. When you're driving in here, the sound is a bit less noise from your engine. Um, oh shit. Right, I missed the turn. Didn't pay attention. Sorry, people. I'm just turning around in the middle of nowhere. Oh, yeah. Well, happened. I've got 600 kilometers left to travel. And that's quite a lot. First jobs start you out with, I don't know, 300, 250. They never give you anything easy in this game. Yeah, well, I mean, if you go for the easy route, you won't get too much money. So, yeah, I think this video has gone on for long enough. Don't drive it with outside view like this. You know, I don't recommend it. Yeah. I guess I can show off my truck. Let's see. Yeah, so damage racks up really quickly. First truck I bought, I don't know what chassis does. It seemed like it, you know, with the different chassis it decreased your fuel capacity, so I went for the biggest fuel tank I could. I went for the best available gearbox, best available engine, and it cost 52 grand something. I was really satisfied. I ran out of gas really slowly, so that's a big plus for a first car. Thank you for watching. Hope you are less frustrated with with playing and starting out. Cheers.